A double L business here because we have Layla, the little girl, and Laurentia, who is at the heart of this story that happened at Accra Mall. Laurentia, tell us your story.
Okay. Um, Thank you for having me. Exactly 3 weeks ago, today is Thursday, so exactly 3 weeks ago, around 12, 12 noon, I was waiting for a friend at the Spanner Junction. And then this little Fulani girl approached me, and she told me she wanted to get some money for food. Well, I haven't been exactly nice to them, because of all that they do. They follow you, they touch you. But I was there, I was waiting. So I just laid back and I said, "You want money? I don't have money myself. I haven't eaten since morning." And then she smiled and she asked, "Are you sure you haven't eaten?" I said, "Yes." "And you don't have no money?" I said, "I don't have no money." And then she gave me some coins. When I counted, it was 1 cedi, 10 pesos. I said, "What should I use this for?" She said, "Get some food." "Are you sure?" She said, "Yes, you can have it." And I said, "Okay, but I don't think this money will be enough for food." And she tells me, "Okay, just hold on, I'll be back. I keep some of my money somewhere." So she goes for about 5 minutes and she's back with the money in her pocket. And she gave she added up. It was about 4 cedis. And when we counted, it was around about 5 cedis. And then she told me, "You can buy rice 2 cedis. Make sure you buy macaroni. Get this, get that." And then I said, "Okay, I need some water." She said, "Just hold on." And then she comes back. Well, she went across the street, and then I saw her talk to one boy. So after she came back, she told me that's her brother. But this, I came to find out later, it's her cousin. She doesn't have a word, so I assume she got the money from him. And then she added that I should just get water. I was like, wow. But I was still waiting. She was still doing her normal rounds. She sees people, she goes to ask them for money. But she came back like twice. I said, "Why did you come back?" She said, "I can see you are still not getting the food. Can I take you to a canteen?"
Nice one.
Yes. Where's the canteen? At this point, we're at Spanner. So she pointed to the other side of the street. That's, I think, opposite Accra Mall. That there's a canteen that we can get food. "Are you sure?" Well, I knew I didn't want food, so I just wanted to
See what she do.
really, yes. And then she goes for a while, and then she comes back. So I engaged her in a few questions. Why are you in Ghana? What's your name? How old are you? How do you get here? Where are your parents? That kind of, and then she would answer, she would just smile, and then she would go away. So I asked her, "Can I have some of your hair? I like your silky hair." She tells me, "Oh, her hair is like magic." When her sister's hair was almost like, her sister's hair was all gone, she cut some of her hair and put it on her sister's hair, and it grew back. So if I want her hair, she can give me some. So I was like, this is a very kind-hearted girl. How do you cross the street? She said, "Oh, she doesn't always cross the street. She uses the overhead bridge. Can you show me?" And then she goes up.
It's more law-abiding than a lot of people.
Yes. So when you get here, you have to do this, you have to do this. She gets to the other side, she's calling me auntie. So people are just looking at us like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes. And some of the guys are like, "Pamono, we call Ebola."
She wants you to sack them.
Even you said that, you usually wouldn't pay attention to them.
So I was like,
Yeah.
and then, So then that was like about 15 minutes, and then I went across with her. She said I should cross for her to see.
Yeah.
I did. And then some of the children were even coming towards us. I saw her speak quite rudely to them. I asked her why. And then they walked away. "Why did you do that?" She said, "They were coming to ask me for money." And she's telling them that I don't have money. I'm even hungry. She's taking me to a canteen, so she doesn't want anyone to bother me. So I looked at this girl, and before we crossed the street, I asked her, "Why did you give me all this money? Because I know you are begging." And then she said, "Auntie, you are hungry, and I'm a beggar. I am here, I can get more money. But I know you cannot beg for money, so you can have my money." I was blown away. This is
What was going through your mind when all of that was happening?
With my background as a teacher, I just flow with children really well.
Oh, you're a teacher?
Yes, I flow with children really well. So it was just a normal thing I would just do with any other child. But, this is a beggar, this is a street child. So I was intrigued. I was like, okay, let me see if she's pretending. Maybe she's giving me this money for me to. But she had given me the money. She was relaxed. She wasn't thinking I was going to return the money to her. So when she told me that, and I said, okay, my friend is now here. Actually, I wasn't going to get any food. My friend is waiting for me at Shangri-La, so I have to go. She should take her money. She said, who is my friend? I want to see your friend. So she goes with me. So on the way, I was like, do you take people this far? Do you follow people this far? You know, there are bad people out there. So you have to be careful. She said, oh, auntie, you look like a good person. So I just want to be your friend. Will you come here to look for me? I said, yes, I will. And she asked me when. Then I told her I'll come on Tuesday. But that was when I realized she doesn't have any kind of education because she had no idea what Tuesday was. So I had to count 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days from now, I'll be here. Are you sure? I said yes. Then that was when I gave her the money, but she didn't even take it until we got to my friend. Oh, so your friend is here. Your friend came in a motor, you know, they call the vehicle.
Yeah, it's French, yeah.
And then she said, auntie, go and get it. We met some guys who were also telling me to turn her away. I said no. And then 3 guys were like, I don't know, yeah, mutimia densa. Mumu krofo ya na mo pampam akwala no se okoto aduane ama na ade na mo kasa. Mo se akwala ni wo Ebola, krofo we wo Ebola. Anko mo chi Africa ha nyina. That's I'm just quoting the guys' words. They would have spread Ebola everywhere. But this is a girl just trying to be nice to a lady. Why are you saying that? So some of the guys just walked away. And so we got to my friend, and then she smiles, what is your name, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I gave her the money and told her, well, I thank her so much for showing me this much kindness. I'm really surprised. That's what I told her, that I'll surely come back and then look for her. And I'm sure you're going to ask, what did you do for her?
Yes.
What happened after all of that?
Yes, so I just couldn't let this girl go out. I mean, this girl has nothing. I had to do something. So I went into my purse, and then what I had there, I gave it to her and told her that I don't have much on me then. So I'll be back, and then I'll look for her. But I mean, that's about it. So I gave it to her. We said our byes, and then.
So you never saw her again until today?
I have seen her. Like
you went back like you promised?
I went back, yes. I went back, and then I met her father. So I told the father, this is what your daughter did for me. He wasn't too nice, you know, that kind of thing. And I promised him I'll be back with somebody who can interpret what I say.
Because he speaks French.
Yeah, he speaks French. And some of the Fulanis speak Chi. Yes.
lived
So I
very
went the
long.
following day, and then he told me that some people have shown him a picture of myself and his little girl. And what I told him the previous day was true. I mean, you can't just trust people just first time. That's why he acted that way.
And he's a stranger in a strange land.
Yes,
So.
yes. So I told him, I was even scared he was going to scold the girl. We don't have money. Why do you give the money to someone else? I said, no, it happens. They are also in need. They help people when they have the opportunity, you know. Yes. And I think last week, I went looking for her and she was sick. So she had been taken to a zongo around Aboseokan. And I went there and tried to get her to hospital, but she was scared. So I had to call a doctor friend who asked me her condition, and then I got her some medicines. And I've seen her twice since. And then we are here today.
And the reason, probably you're wondering why Leila is not doing much speaking. Well, her father, we don't want to put her in trouble with her father. He's right here in the studio, off the set. And he says he doesn't want his daughter to speak. And so we don't want to put her in trouble. So we will not ask her any questions, but she's here, and she's the one in the stories that are going around on social media. Now, what are the twists that are happening on social media? What are people saying now? Because you are the person at the heart of that story. It's where she is, but you were there, and this is the first time you're on TV to talk about it. So what is going on social media?
So the very first part is I didn't meet her in front of Akramo. It was Spanner Junction. But she told me.
Where's Spanner Junction?
Well, you know, when the trotros are coming from Medina, that very bus stop.
Oh, okay.
That's where
Right under the over.
Right, yes,
over.
right there. Yes, so that's one part. And then there's a part that says, I took her to the mall, bought food and drinks. You know, on social media, people were saying so many things. You are wicked, you didn't do anything for this girl. You told her you just distracted her, you wasted her time. I think someone just picked the story, you know, and decided, let me add something really nice to it and send it. Now in the, yeah, so I didn't take her to the Akramo. I didn't buy her drinks. I didn't buy her food. But I gave her something, and then she went away. And then I've seen her since. Yeah, so that's a part.
Some have said also that you probably were kind of pulling a prank on her. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, indeed. I mean,
it just happened.
Yes.
You know, she just approached and so it just came, okay, ask her for this. Maybe she would walk away. But you see how it turned out.
So initially you're trying to just brush her off, really. Say,
Yes.
I don't even have money, so why are you
I don't have
asking
money.
me?
Yes, and then she does this.
Yeah. How do you naturally love kids, so
I
it
do.
was almost a default position for you to interact with
Yes.
her. But what have you learned from this interaction?
You know, you don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to have everything to help others. This is a very needy person, like you see her here. She's begging for money, and yet she gives me everything that she has on her. That's one lesson. The second thing is, if you are in the position to help others, you should just do it. You never know how far it goes or what you're doing for someone, you're doing to someone's life. That's what we should do. We should try to be kind. Not all people reciprocate what we do for them in a very good way.
indeed.
But we have to do it anyway.
So now when you see children like Layla on the streets, what comes to mind?
I spoke to her. I've spoken to some of the Fulanis. I've spoken to her dad. I've spoken to some of the women. And I realized that some of the notions we have are actually wrong. Because some of them are here, you know, it's like greener pastures, like Ghanaians travel to the Western countries to seek greener pastures, and then people get disappointed and have to do all sorts of things. Some of them come here with that kind of aim. Yeah.
So
they
Ghana is
said-
actually a greener pasture for them.
And then they come and it's like people won't even employ them even to work maybe in their gardens and all that. And they have to eat.
I know. You think there's a way that we could help them?
Yes,
Get them
and
off the
yes.
streets.
You know, since I met Layla, I've been thinking, you know, I just couldn't brush everything aside. This girl has got me thinking, what can I do for this girl? What can be done for her? Because this is a very kind-hearted girl who could go far. What she did was really deep, you know. She could be an Oprah Winfrey. She could be a Hillary Clinton. She could be Beiswa. She could be Shirley. Anyone. But she's stuck on the street.
Have you spoken to her about what she thinks the future will hold for her as we wrap up this conversation?
Yes, I have. She doesn't seem to know much, you know, because of their background. All they do is to, for now, let's get some food to eat and then we go in. But she made a statement sometime. Auntie, if my father is rich, if my father has it, if my father can take me to school, I won't be here. So I know that she doesn't want to be there. So I'm still trying to figure a way out to help them. For now, I have gotten into this kind of thing. I've been listening to their stories, why they are here. So now I know a lot of things about the Fulanis. I'm trying to get, I hear they have an association in Ghana for Fulanis, so I'm trying to get to them. What are you doing for these people? That kind of thing, some kind of advocacy and all that.
Yeah.
Yes,
We wish you the very best.
Yes.
Laurentia, so kind.
But I need to state here,
Yes.
this story, some people, it was not even meant to go out there. It was just that Thursday, my SHS and GHS friends on WhatsApp were just shared something about kindness. And then I shared. And then one Veridine says, Laurentia, this story, you know, he doesn't just believe anything like that. So many stories just go around. But when I added the 2 photos, he was like, Laurentia, this happened. This is a very classic example of the widow's mite. And I shared.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I haven't, when you check the first one, I had not edited it. I just wrote the way I speak to them. So the English was not so.
So he is responsible for the
So
viral
he sent it,
stuff.
and then my SHS group, I went to Mary's Morgan's 2001 Science 1 Girls in Ngozi Priscilla. They said, Laurentia, we need to share. So the following day, I start getting calls. My sister tells me, my sister Oshin, I've seen you on someone's DP. What's going on? I had to, so it's really powerful.
Strong.
But the thing is, the message is really powerful. That's why it's gone out there.
That definitely has changed your life. It
It
hasn't
has.
just changed your
Yes.
way of thinking
Yes.
about some of these children,
Yes.
but as well, it's made you a star.
Really?
Yay.
Well, that's this real star there. And if Daddy had allowed her to speak, we'd have heard from her.
Yeah.
But hey, we don't want to put her in trouble.
No problem.
So, well, thank you very much, Laurentia.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Leila.